Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new extra Roly video. Ooh, she's a woman. Hello everyone, what is the tea? What is the Darjeeling, the lap song, sushi on the scalding hot sun? What is the tea? Hi, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Extra Roly. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you being such a dirty, naughty little girl and here topless? So, I got a lot more of my chest tattooed. You might, I don't like, unless you kind of follow me on Instagram or whatever, and sometimes see a story, you won't know, but I have been currently getting my front tattooed, and I got back from a tattoo session yesterday, and we did a lot more work on my front here. I obviously haven't been updating my tattoo journey as much as I had been like previously. And it's not because I haven't been getting frequent tattoo work done, because of course me being the impatient bastard I am, have been constantly getting it. I have a good pain tolerance. The speed that I got things done, what we've done, like doing my arms and doing my legs have basically been relatively easy. I've been able to sit 6, 7, 8, I think 8.5 was our longest time, hours. But when it came to doing my front, if you haven't seen as well, I also have a banjo-kazooie section down here. We did the line work for that, like maybe 3 months ago now? But we've been focusing more on the chest. We did the banjo-kazooie section just to like give me a break from my chest because it's so like I have obviously had much tattoo work done now, but my chest, I don't know what it is. And maybe other people can relate to this who might be heavily tattooed, who've got like a lot of their body done. But my chest is absolute agony. And I don't know why. My tattoo artist says that it could be because I've been into the gym recently. I'm a lot bigger. And maybe like I've sort of like stretched the nerves a bit or something. Maybe more nerves are exposed now that I'm like big. I honestly don't know. But Jesus Christ, everyone. Getting my chest tattooed has been an absolute nightmare. Where like we've only been able to do like 3 to 4 hours each time. And even then, it's doing 3 to 4 hours, but that's with more breaks than normal and him having to go a bit slower because it's just so painful. But before I carry on with that, I want to just show you, obviously. So, we did the Bob section here from Buster Move and Bobble Bobble, and we did the Krusty the Clown section. It's about 6 or 7 months ago, but obviously these are kind of parts of the side, but we never went into this like entire like center section. So these were actually kind of okay to do, but not like easy. God, sorry, I'm drinking dandelion and bitch, and it's making my bubble. Yeah, but we're doing the center section, so you're probably not going to be able to tell what it is. We kind of like drew inspiration, but one of my all-time favorite games, especially for the Mega Drive Genesis era, was a game called Golden Axe, and it was like a run beat 'em up game. You know, an axe building man, a barbarian, or this woman. She was called Tyrus Flare. And essentially, like, you would go and, like, you pick up magic tricks and you would do magic spells and attack people and, kill the evil baddies who've stolen all these things and killed their father and all that shit. A very generic kind of, like, fighting game story. One of the special powers from Tyrus Flare, who is the fire magician, the fire sorceress, is she brings this huge dragon down from the sky and it like shoots fire over the enemies. It's the most powerful magic in the whole game. And in this game as well, there's also a pink variation of the dragon and there's also a blue variation of the dragon. And so her one is like silver, it's like a grey silver, like black and grey, but I didn't really want just like this, because obviously everything is so colourful. I didn't really want just this like huge black and grey dragon over my front. So what we did instead is we kind of incorporated all 3 different color palettes. So like one of the main colors here is like the gray and the silver and white and everything. And then like on this bottom part here, we've done like blues to sort of highlight the blue dragon. And at the top here, the back of his scales are like pink for the pink dragon. And also because it blends in with the Simpsons like sky here. Yes, we kind of incorporated all 3. Because Golden Axe is one of my favorite games. I even play it, it's even on my mobile phone. I play it quite frequently. I've got like a Sega thing on my phone. I absolutely love Golden Axe. One of my favorite games back in the Mega Drive, so I really wanted it on me somewhere, so we kind of like worked out the best positioning to like connect the two. So of course now he's blowing fire down onto here, and this is going to be the Banjo-Kazooie section, obviously. So the gaming front is still on the go. We just need to design now what we're doing down here. I know what I want, but I want Hyro to like draw it like he did with this section here. So he's going to be drawing that for me soon, and we're going to do the line work on my lower half as well. But yeah, the guys, the pain in the chest is so awful. Now, I've never had to like tap out and be like, I'm gonna have to stop, but it's happened now. Like, people kept saying to me like, oh, have you never tapped out? And I was like, no, I've been fine, but also, if anything, do more. Like, I've had painful sections, obviously, at the back of my, like, the left side of my like bum on the lower side was quite painful, and like my like knee ditch and things, but my chest is by far the worst place I've ever had tattooed. It's even worse than my side, like my side here. Like here, this is far worse. And especially like this, this center section here, like the sternum, is just agony. And I don't know why. And like the thing is, you could say, oh, maybe the tattoo artist is too heavy-handed or whatever. But if that was the case, I would have felt more pain, because like the arms, everything have been absolutely fine. I've never thought it's been too painful. Like, so I think for me, it's just my chest just seems to be incredibly sensitive, which is frustrating. But you know, that's what people say. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing now. So I currently have to, well, I don't have to stay topless, but I just to keep it nice and clean, I'm leaving it topless, and I can just not have to do it, like, you know, worry about dust getting into it and like bits of fabric being like stuck. If you've been following me on Instagram, and I have mentioned this on Twitch, and I did mention it in my last video on YouTube, or the video before, I can't really go too much into detail because I want a lot more to be set in stone. But I apologize I haven't been uploading as much on this channel, because all of my free time has been sorting out this like life event that's happening next year. I'm transitioning into a dog. No, I have like a big change coming next year, and I have to like make sure loads of things are happening. It's been an absolute nightmare. I apologize I haven't been on this channel as much, just because I haven't had time to like dedicate to this one as well. But I'm very excited about this thing. I can't wait to actually tell you when more things are kind of solidified. God, yeah, life's a bit crazy. But I'm really bad at keeping secrets when it comes to, like, if someone tells something and I don't tell someone, I won't tell them. But my own secrets, I find it very difficult to like not say what it is. Hence why the people who watch me on Twitch, if you follow me on Twitch, you guys know exactly what this is, because I just couldn't keep it quiet. And it's really hard to keep it quiet. I'm like, no, please don't tell me what's going on. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But I did go to Brighton the other day with Luxaria. A while ago, we went to Devon, where I grew up. I lived in Exeter, and then I also lived in a little village called Newton St. Sires, and I worked in a town called Crediton. I know I sometimes have a few followers who are kind of from the area, and they get a bit shook when I say that I went to QECC, and they're like, oh my God, a local! So yes, I grew up in that area, and I took Luxaria there I would say about a year and a half ago to show her like where I grew up and everything. And then a couple days ago, we've been meaning to do this for ages, but she grew up in Brighton, so she lived in Brighton most of her like young adult, like child to like early adulthood. So she took me down to Brighton. We had like a nice little trip to Brighton, which was really fun. There was this one little bit. So if you watch the podcast, you'll know we talk about this place called The Dip, and it was this little bit that she used to go shopping. There was like a little shop there, and a fish and chip shop and stuff, and there was this whole like joke now of The Dip, and we went to The Dip for some fish and chips on the way home, and we went into there, and I forget how small town, like villagey people just kind of chat to everyone. Being a Londoner, everyone keeps themselves to themselves. Like you, like, and that's very me anyway. Like, it's very rare that people kind of like talk to you in public, especially in London. And we went to this fish and chip shop, and we were just ordering our food, and we sort of sat down the other side of the shop, and there was an old woman on the left side, and out of nowhere we could hear like mumbling, and I just thought like she was talking to someone on the phone, or maybe she was talking to a person behind the counter. And we kind of look across, and she's looking at us, and so we're like, excuse me, what? And of course she just started talking about the weather and things, because it's really cold and raining, and we were like, oh yeah, it's wet, isn't it, girl? And then like out of nowhere, she just like starts telling us about all of her like health issues. Like, I've got sciatica, and I've got bad legs, and I need this wheelchair, but I use the walking stick, and then I'm also going to Hastings next week, and my family's coming with me, but they're going home on Thursday, and I'm staying there with my husband until Friday, and staying there actually until Saturday. And she kept going on about all this stuff. I'm like, it was harmless, like, it was fine. She was just telling, but it was a bit like, I don't know who you are, and it was telling us about you got sciatica. And then like, this man walks into the fish and chip shop. Turns out it was her son. He sat down, and obviously, as soon as he realized that she was talking to us about something, he then like chimed in, and then was listing off like all of these like medical conditions she has, like, and then like none of it was like mental disorders or anything that would like, make you necessarily mentally unwell or whatever, but it was all just like body stuff, like arthritis and all this stuff. And then he just kept going on, and then he was like, I'm also very ill, I broke all of my legs the other day. We were like, all of your legs? And he was saying about how he broke his foot, and he broke his leg, and he broke his knee, and he just wouldn't stop talking to us about his like medical condition. And then he was talking about his ex-wife, and then he was talking about like how he put loads of baubles on his like living room ceiling, and then he came over and was like, feel my knee. And I was just like, I'm not going to touch a random stranger. He sat down beside us, got his leg out and was like, go on, touch the metal part of my knee. You can feel there's a metal part there. And it was just like, oh my God, what is happening? Back in Devon, when I lived in Devon, especially when I worked in my Morrison shop, I was kind of used to people just randomly telling me about stuff. But because I've been a Londoner for so long now, it like was quite jarring. And I know Brighton isn't like a small town, but the dip and where the dip is, it's kind of very village vibes. So yeah, it was a very odd interaction. And like people might say, oh, maybe he was autistic or he was on the autistic spectrum or something, but I do think a lot of people who are in small towns just generally chat more, but it was so strange. I was like, I don't know you, and you're telling me how you like have medical conditions and you just cracked your knee and you want me to touch your metal pod on your knee. I mean, they were harmless, it's fine. Like, I'd much rather that kind of person than like people being actually mean, but it was a bit jarring to be like, oh, I have sciatica. I was like, I didn't even know what sciatica is. I was like, oh. I had a nice time in Brighton, like just looking around Brighton, seeing where she grew up and stuff. At the dip. We even did like a funny little story on her page. There was this part, can I say this part? Okay, we talk about unhinged people being like, we always joke about how Gen Z are soft, or Gen Alpha's getting even softer, but so Luxaria was wearing this coat, and around the hood, like, I mean, it's so common now that like around just like big coats, you get that kind of like faux fur, kind of like fake fur rim where it's like fluffy around the outside. Now that's very common. Like, I have a coat like it. Callum has a coat. I think I've got 2 coats that have it. Like, when you see big winter coats, they normally come round the hood rim, have that sort of like faux fur, like fluff. And this person like replied to the story of me and Luxaria, of her wearing this coat, going, I think it's so disgusting how you're wearing fur. That is unacceptable. How could you do this? And she was like, of course it's not real. Like, what are you talking about? And then the person replied, said, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're still wearing fake fur shows that you're still supporting the fur industry and wants people to buy fur. And it was just like, for fuck's sake. Like, at this point, it's like, you're just trying to cancel people for the sake of cancelling them. Like, it's so common now to find faux fur rims on hoods, and then that's not actively going buy fur. Like, it's quite clearly not real as well. Like, I'm so sick of like people being like, we must cancel everyone for anything. Like, there are many other things you can cancel us on, but wearing a faux fur rim on our hood, which is so common, like, so stupid. It's like, Jesus Christ, people take things way too seriously these days. I don't know how people can be like that. Obscene, just totally obscene. But anyway, yeah, she showed me around her where she lived and stuff, and where she grew up, and her like childhood home and everything, which was quite exciting to see, because like, obviously I've known Luxaria for a very long time. I've known her since 2008, but we weren't like friends until about mid 2010s, and then we became like in real life friends in 2018. So there was still a lot of her history that I didn't know, so it was actually quite nice to go down to Brighton and like see where she grew up and stuff. That was fun. I'm also going to be starting my back tattoo in January, which I'm very excited about. It is a Doom theme. I love Doom. I'm actually kind of like a newer fan of it, I guess. Obviously, I've known Doom ever since. I remember Doom coming up when I was a child, and like people playing it on like the school computers and stuff, and like, you know, it was a phenomenal thing back in the day. I never really got majorly into it until more of the recent games. I absolutely love Doom. I've been a huge fan for years and years. Compared to, well, it was again, I say I was a nude one. It's still years. My back is going to be a Doom hellscape with like some of the demons, which I'm very excited about. I was originally trying to get some other characters kind of like into the world, but it was just a bit out of place. When it comes to Doom, if you don't know, Doom is essentially like, think of like hell and demonic beings and like, you know, skulls and fire and brimstone and just like underworld demons. I was trying to get other characters kind of like inside that world. I was going to have like a big daddy from BioShock, and I was trying to get the Arbiter from Halo and tried to put them in the hell world, but it just looked, no matter how many times you tried to put different characters in, it just kind of looked a bit weird, because Doom and the characters are so demonic and evil looking that even though a big daddy is technically an evil character, it just looks so out of place. So we ended up taking that out, and we just changed the idea for my back, and just to make it like a Doom hellscape and not worry about the other characters. And what I'm doing instead is I'm going to put like a big daddy from BioShock and one of the Arbiters from Halo. I'm going to get my other tattoo guy and do like a more sort of cartoony version and have them here. So I'm more than happy to do that. I was like, yeah, let's just keep it a Doom hellscape. So this is kind of like the beginning of the design of my back. There's a lot of work needs to be done. This was very rough. We had like a day of just like editing the back and stuff. So this is like a very rough design. But yeah, this is going to be kind of what it's going to look like. I'm very excited about. We'll probably be able to have space for one more character as well, because like my backside, my right booty cheek has quite a lot of space on, so we'll probably be able to move like the sword down and people could like and everything kind of down a bit and put like another character in the middle, which is nice. That's going to happen, which I'm very, very excited about. Absolutely love them. I'm sad that they kind of like stopped making them now. Maybe they'll make more in the future, I don't know. But like the creators Bethesda were like, the Doomslayer storyline's kind of over now. So I hope they carry on making more, but maybe it'll be like a different character. I'm not sure. But yeah, my back's going to be doing that, which I'm very excited about, starting that in January. And literally, like, I don't actually have that much space left now because like my arms are done. Both my legs are finished now. A lot of my front's done. We just kind of got this little section here, and then my back is like the only real big area that needs to be done. Obviously, I am going to do my neck as well, but I want to get my moles and stuff removed beforehand because I don't want lots of gaps in the tattoo. But yeah, I'm very excited about doing that. This year has just gone so unbelievably fast. I've got my sister coming over for New Year, which I'm very excited about. But of course, this year is coming to an end. It is now the 9th of December when I'm filming this. Whenever you watch it, today's the 9th. And so thank you, obviously, for all your continued support over these years, and especially this year, because this has been a bit of an intense one, because lots of stuff happened, and I've kind of been trying new content and things, and thank you for the support that you've been giving me, a lot more of the Reddit stuff. I'm really trying to incorporate a lot more Reddit stuff into my work and, like, online sort of, I guess, niche on the internet. Just because I really love doing it. And so thank you for all the love and support, especially because I started doing all the live streams on Twitch, doing reaction stuff over on Twitch. I really appreciate that you guys have been, like, loving it and things. Last couple of weeks I've been a bit bad with streaming, only because again I've been so busy. I'm trying to get back to a nice little schedule of like streaming again. I'm probably gonna be streaming tomorrow, playing some more Resident Evil 9. No, 9? 4. What am I doing? So that's gonna be fun. But yes, thank you for all the continued support this year. I do have some yearly roundups coming up. I'm going to start planning it probably today, actually. I'm going to do it after I upload this video. I'm going to be doing like the top 40 tattoo fails of 2023. And then, of course, my yearly roundup of like the top 40 piercing fails of 2023. I always do sort of year roundup ones. I always love doing it. I don't normally do the tattoo ones, but because I've done a lot more tattoo content this year, I have a lot more videos to pick from. Those videos are going to come out next week probably. I was really frustrated because the day I went to Brighton, I was meant to have a video go live that evening, and for some weird reason, Premiere Pro was just being an absolute bastard and wasn't rendering my video. And it was a video with Callum. I filmed a video with Callum. I've edited, fully edited. It was meant to be up on Thursday, and it's just gays react to anti-gay TikToks. And obviously, you guys have been waiting for this video for so long because you keep asking us to make more videos of him, and we had time to film together. And unfortunately, my computer was just like being an absolute fucking idiot and just wouldn't upload this wouldn't render this damn video, so I couldn't upload it. But that should be out on Monday instead. I'm going to try and get it out on Monday. I'm going to try and fix whatever issue it is. I think it needs an update or something, I don't know. Premiere Pro constantly updates itself, and sometimes it's a little bit like the iPhones, but like if you don't keep updating it and you have like older tech, it just decides, it goes, no, dead. So Monday, there should be a brand new video with me and Callum going up, 8 p.m. UK time, gays react to anti-gay videos and TikToks. Very excited about that one. It was a lot of fun to make. It's utterly obscene. It's like 45 minutes or something. So that's what I should also say. Thank you so much for all the love about my longer videos now. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot more work. It takes a lot more time to edit, and I have a lot less free time. But it's definitely worth it seeing your reactions to the longer videos now. And I think it's been helping my channel grow a lot as more, because YouTube loves these sort of long form content. Even though they're trying to push shorts so much, they still love watch time. And shorts do not give you watch time because, they're short videos. So thank you for all the love that you have been giving me on the longer videos. It's definitely been an interesting workload increase. I always get comments saying like, oh, credit to the editor, they do such a good job, whatever. It's just me. I don't have an editor. I don't have a writer. The closest I get to like people like helping me, I guess, would be like, because obviously a lot of you guys send me things on TikTok and Instagram, but that's like the most when it comes to like the help. Everything else is like completely sourced by me, edited by me, everything's done by me. So I've always been like a one person show. But yeah, I always feel like if I was to get someone to edit my videos, I just don't feel like they'd be able to capture the same feel. I don't know, especially because like when it comes to my clip, I put lots of clips in my videos now. I've been doing it for about a year and a half. I used to do it years ago, but I kind of just stopped because I got lazy, I'll be honest. But I put obviously lots of film clips and TV clips and show clips on my videos and things, and I just feel like if I was to hire someone to edit for me, as much as it would make my workload a lot easier, it's a bit like I feel like they wouldn't understand the references, they wouldn't understand some of the jokes I make, they wouldn't be able to insert all like the Carry On clips, or all these things, or like the, you know, the game show stuff I put in, or the Simpsons things, because you need like a knowledge of these things. Because when I edit my videos, I don't really plan clips that I'm going to add in. Sometimes I'll see a funny clip on the internet and be like, I need to put this into a video somehow. But most of the time, what I'm doing is as I'm editing, it's like I've got constantly like a ticker in my brain going, that's something, that's a thing. I know this clip, I've heard that somewhere, I could put that in. Like, so I feel like, yeah, sometimes if I get someone else to edit my videos, I just don't feel like they'd have the same energy. I don't know. It depends. I feel like I cope at the moment, to be honest. Even though I don't have much free time, I do feel like I cope. I think because I don't really do much outside. I never leave the house. So, you know. I should basically just buy a house in like the middle of nowhere, like the Highlands somewhere, middle of nowhere. As long as I've got good internet, like I never leave the house anyway. So I might as well isolate myself. Can you imagine? Jesus Christ. But anyway, today was like just a little quick hello. I do apologize for disappearing from this channel a little bit. And I know a lot of you really enjoy these kind of just chatty, you know, life update stuff. This does, whenever I do one of these, it always feels like very old school YouTube, and I have like a nostalgia sort of like love to it. Even though I'm just chatting shit and just talking nonsense and not really saying anything interesting, I'm glad that you guys enjoy these ones for the little community we have over on the second channel. And thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love and support. I will see you soon. And yeah, keep your eyes out for Monday, because I'm gonna have a brand new video with Callum going up, very excited. And in the words of Wendy Williams, death to all of them.